Hey and welcome back to Satisfactory. Today we are going to try to make our first functional train line. In this case it will be transporting my oil production. I already cut off the conveyor belt line and I need to hook this up because otherwise I don't have fuel, I don't have rubber, I don't have any oil based stuff at my base. I am using foundations for this. That means that it doesn't snap, but I can mark it a little bit better. I'll show you how I'm doing this. I just add a little bit of track. Going up and going down, I tend to do it in small portions, and I try to line it up towards the line that is going at the edge here. So in this case it's as straight as it can be without it snapping by itself. Now you can go further down, but not all the way. I tend to stop about halfway to this block, and again I use the markings on the foundations to make it tight, to make it straight. This is also. Now here we need to go around this part. So let me put some foundations down. I already did that up here. And let's try to recreate that. I'm going this way. And what I'm using is the middle here. And then I'm going back here. And then I try to see where does it want to snap perfectly to a line, and that is right here. So now we have a tight corner which doesn't snap to the foundation but is relatively good looking. So that's how I'm placing down my track. And now I want to show you what I did for two of my already set up stations. I have one in my hub that the only thing I need is to hook it up to the lifts that are going up into my floating base. And the other one is a part of the production line of oil, but until I have a fully laid down track, it's not going to be using it very efficient. It's not going to be using it at all. So what I did is I hooked up a line that can go straight, and I hooked up a line that can go this way. With placing the stations you have to be careful as soon as you want to place them. Let me show you. It gives you an arrow, it's in the middle of my screen, it's orange, and that means that the train will only come into the station from the larger part towards the smaller part of the arrow. It will be facing that way. If I turn around my station, the arrow will turn around as well. So that means that in this case my train needs to come from there to here and stop right here. The building I had set up on this side earlier, but I tried to run a test train and it went downstairs and went all the way towards the turn and then came up back here because it was going into the station this way, and that's not what I wanted it to do. So I had to flip this building. I kept the name that it gives you automatically. Why doesn't this stair work correctly, or am I just... Well, the stair doesn't work correctly, but I kept the name Stenstorp. And I, in the markings I made, what it does. This is oil production 2 and oil production 1 I still need to make. So after it took this station, which will only fill up the most close cart, it will go down, merge back onto this line, go down towards my hub. And in this case I have a station set up with 3 unloading stations for the carts that are going behind it, so I can unload 3 carts at the same time. At oil production 2 only this cart is filled up. At oil production 1 I tend to fill up this one and put down an empty part at the middle here, so you can it is used as it's intended. In this case it's called Floby, and as I named it oil hub. The train already went for it because the station was flipped around. So this is my oil train, and if I press C I can make oil chew. So it goes from the oil production to the oil hub, and I'm still making one more, then it has to go up here. So it goes from the oil production 1 to oil production 2 to the oil hub, and then back towards the first. That's my intention at this point. So that means that I have to merge it back. That's why it's doing a flip around. I have a track that goes straight because I have my aluminum that I want to have at my main hub there. That small hole is where I wanted my lift to come up eventually. So I have a train track that goes straight through, and then I need another station right there so it can go up and into my storage system. That means that this track will be used for both sides, going up it and going down. That means that trains are going to clip, but I just don't have the patience at this point to be making a full loop. So I'm just making one. Maybe when I have the time I'll do a full proper loop, but I'm not going to be doing that in this case. Maybe I'll be doing that. I'll probably not be making a loop short. I'll be making a large loop that goes around and comes around another couple of nodes or couple of factories and then comes back here, and probably be running more than one oil train on them because they have to do the entire loop around. If you go too fast up or down, you might get these small parts, but this is not a very large one, so I'm not going to relay it again. If you go too much large sections, it will start to clip in the corner or start to float higher up in the air. So that's something I want to avoid. I didn't want to go that way because of the poisonous gas. I don't know if when you're in the train poisonous gas will affect you or not. Haven't yet tested that. So I just want to go around this landscape and see how we can do the oil. So I'll be laying down some more track, going down to my other oil production. One is already right there. And when I'm there and going to set up the station, I'll be joining you again. So I'll be right back. Okay, and we're down here. So let me just show you how I'm making my turns. I tend to go for a straight line on the other side. So that means that I want to go for... This seems to look like a straight line, and the part that it's changing color in the middle of the railway is almost at the middle of the foundation. So that's how I'm using the corners in this case. So what do I want to do here? I want to make a railway that goes straight, so we can have one that goes to our aluminum. But I also want to make it able to snap, to merge and split. So that means that I am going to make smaller segments. It is more likely not to be straight with this, but it does mean that I have the opportunity to make more splitting and merging happen. This will probably be the station, and then I will need the straight. It's almost straight. Well, it's as straight as it will get. Track is too short. Let me just grab my Nobelisk. So, get out of my way. And just clear out my inventory a little bit. So, we can move on. The entire nature has to make way for my railway. So in this case I want to be merging off sort of here. Let's see how tight we can make this corner. With the tight corners I'm not making sure I'm straight. I'm just making sure I have the most tight corner I can get at this point. A little bit more room. Okay, where can we get it? But it's mostly nice and lined up. So that means that the color change is right in the middle of these two foundations. So that means that I can make a station. Probably need 2 freight platforms first. And I want the input and output to go to that side, but it doesn't have enough foundations. So we need more foundations. Building wants more foundations, we will build more foundations. As long as we have concrete at least. So let's see if this improves the situation. This must be placed within another train platform. That's not ideal. So you have to put the train first. I want to let the train come in like that. Make the turn and then come into the station like this. So I want the arrow to point to my left on the screen in this case. You can make the track snap right in the middle. That's why I placed my end of the corner right in the middle there as well. And then we can make an empty platform because this cart will be filled up by the next station, and then we want 2 actual freight platforms. Ooh, that's a close one. Can we make the turn? No, we cannot. Well, you can't get rid of the foundation. No, can't get rid of the railway. You have to get rid of the building, and then the railway also disappears. So we need to make the train station again, flip it around and make it come a little further this way. And now I have lost my marker. This looks kind of straight. And yet again, try to make the train platform. How far can we go? Let's just try to make it like that. And are we still able to make some sort of a merger before the corner? That's probably way too tight. Let me test this first, because otherwise we do really need to have another setup. So try to make a fast corner here. Try to make it go a little more straight here. Try to slant it a little bit. That was a little too much of length. Try to make it come a little bit more in line with this track, and then it still won't work. So a shorter piece, and then how short can we get that part? Still unable to merge correctly. Still unable to merge correctly. So that means that we definitely have to move the station back a little bit. So I'm right on this corner. As I said, you can't get rid of the track, you have to get rid of the station itself. Put it right there. That's where it was. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go half back. Now we can make it. We don't even have to mess around with it ourselves. So, yet again, platform, empty platform, freight platform. Seriously? I don't have enough concrete for that. Okay, maybe I did make too much foundations. Saying that you can never have too much. In this case, we did have too much. Freight platform. Another freight platform, and then railway is too short. Yeah, but we should be able to make this work. So this corner won't be there, it won't be 100%, but at least it will be good enough. So how is this called? Valkoeping C. I'm going to get rid of the C and make it oil production 1. Enter. I really like the names that they put there. They have 2 different ones. Fix it and its affiliates are not responsible for any delays by any reason, including... Come on. Can we get it to go? No, we can't. But it noticed that the train track is complete and it started moving. So let's just catch it and say that we have to make one more stop at oil production 1. Is it still smart or is it messed up right now? Or did my part go out? That already happened a couple times today. So that may also be it. Oh, if you have it on an incline, it goes without even having power. It's just started moving. It starts moving. Oh, if you go up and down, you can't use the bigger foundations or the bigger ramps. You have to use the smaller ones. I don't know why that is, but well, it just doesn't work otherwise. Probably my power failed. Stop it. You're at the wrong side. The carts are going the wrong side as well. This isn't it. Are they hooking up again? Yeah. Okay, that was some weird glitch. So, let's see if it works when it gets back. But in this case, I want to see how my power is doing. So, let's get a power pole. Let's get a power line. Hook it up to the train station. It's still running. I don't have the nuclear power set up, but well, that has been going for an ongoing project for quite some time now. We could have our power line connect to right there. Now the power will probably overload because the oil will start again. Oh, but I have some extra geothermal on this side of the map as well, so it just gave me more room. That's a good thing. I'm still waiting for the train to get back here. Oh, there it comes. So we can see if it works like I set up. The train is coming down here. Why are you being so slow? Go to the left. Yes, it goes straight on. You can jump on the side of the train. Now we're standing on top of the locomotive while it's driving around. And now don't have the top-down view from inside of the locomotive. Let's see if the platform starts loading. But it doesn't have anything to load just yet, so probably stop and start again. Now it stopped. It realized it doesn't have anything and it starts. Let's walk to the edge. The train can... oh, it can throw you off. I didn't know that. But as you can also stand on the cart. So let's go up. Let's do a corner, a small one. This looks okay. This looks okay as well. I'm not moving anything, but it still sounds and shows me walking. So that's a little weird. But since it went down there, I probably think it's safe to say it did work. But let's just have a quick look. Go to the right. Yeah, it did go to the right. And now only load up the first cart. The other two will be loaded at the other station. Probably haven't set this up correctly as well. So now it rejoins the main line. And we go down towards our hub. The sounds that the trains are making are so amazing. It really sounds like a train that is having friction on the carpet. And I was trying to sound a horn, but probably isn't the same as the spacebar on the cars. I wanted to see what it sounds like. So here it tries to unload and then it goes back. So that's our working oil line. I'm really proud of it. Now all I need to do is make another... no. Okay, I lost it. But now only thing I need to do is hook up one more line towards my aluminum, and then we can add one, that's a long line, maybe 2 trains on that as well, to get all my aluminum batteries, heat sinks and all bauxite production line materials to my main base, so I can get my storage filled up automatically. Now I just have to drive towards it a couple of times when I really need the equipment. So that will be all for today. Maybe I'll show you the next episode going towards the bauxite. Well, I really adore playing with these trains. It's great, they look great, they work great. The laying of the track takes some time, but as soon as you know what you're doing, it becomes pretty easily. And well, if you want to see more of these videos, please like and subscribe. And well, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye.